Believe it or not, this stage is actually easier. Now I use that very carefully, because easier in this game is the difference between being anally probed by a jackhammer and anally probed by a 2x4. This is more in line with the 2x4. Once you get past a certain point, it's pretty pathetically easy, really, when you compare it to everything else. This is almost like a break in the game. It's a moment for you to sit back, enjoy the fact that the game has very good scenery. It's a game where you can exercise what the beginning of the game shows you is the bad motherfucker hiding within the master. But before you get to exercise that, you've got to get by that fine gentleman. And he has very, very unsavory designs on you. So be ready to get out of the way. And you'll run into a lot of familiar shit here. It's mainly the big bad motherfucker that is the new face in town. Those floaty skull guys are also new, but their intention is very similar to a lot of other stuff that you've run into previously. Really, the big threat in this level, well, there are two big threats. Falling rocks at the beginning are the biggest threat. The second biggest threat are actually the little skull guys. They are the Medusa heads, the Castlevania Medusa heads of Actraiser 2. They float in very odd angles and very strange flight pattern. Half the time they're off the screen, so you don't know they're underneath you, ready to bite your balls off and shave them with their teeth until they've knocked you into a pit mid-jump. Once you understand this level, it's one of the easiest levels in the game, by far, thus far, that I have been to, in my opinion. It's more of a platforming level than it is a combat level. Maybe the most difficult part about the level design itself is the fact that this volcano is orgasming the entire time. It can be a little disorienting at first. And the boss, ugh, the boss is laughable. There are many bosses more difficult than him. There are garden flowers tougher than the boss here. There is actually something off to the right there. There's a point thing, so if score matters to you whatsoever, it did not to me, then kill that big Cyclops chode. Run by him and get the points. Now, I really got my ass beat. Badly. I got punished by the evil midget gang. But that was atypical. Usually I get through this area without too much difficulty. And the next area doesn't even have enemies, surprisingly. Do not get used to that. The object here for you is basically to wait until these blocks get low, really low, dangerously low almost, and then start moving. You don't want them to be off-screen, because you'll obviously jump up and hit your head on the invisible ceiling, the glass ceiling that women so often bitch about. And then you'll fall and die, because these little blocks here also die. And there's no real pattern to the lightning. The lightning just happens to randomly appear whenever it decides to. It's pretty much the only thing in this area that's a threat at all. Threat of any kind. But as long as you're slow and patient and careful, This shouldn't be a problem. Now this is the boss of this level. This is the boss of Satan's asshole. He's like a glorified regular enemy. That was not the spell I intended to use, by the way. He doesn't do much damage compared to most regular enemies even, and he is very easy to damage himself. And then he shoots out a giant mint at you. So what you want to do is obviously drop down, because falling into a pit and dying is probably the only way you will die here. Slash his shield until it's gone, and then just beat the fuck out of him, because magic is almost inconsequential here. You can use it if you want to, but it's not necessary. So that guy's a prime example of what happens if you actually have balls of steel. They'll hang low, you'll burst into flames from the friction as they drag across the ground, and then you're just gonna suck.